Dear ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vienna in the beautiful city hall. In Vienna, we've had a tradition of affordable living for 100 years, and we've always focused very much on being able to provide residential space and living conditions at community level. And I think we'll also have inspiration from the city of Vienna. In Vienna, we believe that housing is a fundamental right. We believe that the state should be able and it has the responsibility to offer this. And this means that the rates are not so high, and more than 60% of people living in Vienna live in affordable housing.
As you know, we now have 71 members in 46 countries. But what it really is about is individual people in these countries, our tenants, and how they are treated. And that's why we're here working together for decent and affordable housing.
When you are an international union, the basis of all your work can only be solidarity. And solidarity in two ways. Solidarity, the weak with the strong. Solidarity of all of us, between us. All of us sometimes also trying to forget national specialties. Every nation has a special system. Every nation. You cannot compare housing policy. But we are here in IUT to work all together and to speak with one voice.
You never know when you need help. Sometimes you think we are a strong organization in Sweden, but you never know when you need help. And that's its solidarity about. We help each other and we learn from each other. We live in a world now with big migration, urbanization, and with global capitals that makes our home to something to earn money from. I think it's important that IUT needs to be the voice that makes a difference. We must be the voice for safe and affordable housing for all people around the world. We must be the movement that remains politicians about the UN Global Goals, number 11. That goal says, ensure access for all to adequate and safe and affordable housing. We need in the IUT to work with against skyrocket rents. We need to work against renovations, luxury renovation. We see it all over the world, that people have to leave their home when they are renovated. And we also have to say no to homelessness. I have been taking fights in my neighborhood, I take fights on the national level, and now I'm going to take fights in the whole world for tenants' rights.
I think for active housing policy we need a very inclusive housing policy. This means that social housing should not only target people that are rather poor, but should really address the broad layers of society. Then we also need to have a non-profit sector, and this is still here, Vienna, and we are lucky in this respect, and maybe it is not really in existence in other European countries. Active housing policy should also develop continuously, should also spark innovation, and out of this reason, active housing policy needs innovation and promotion of quality.
We are part of Wohnservice Wien, Habitation Service Vienna, which is a company totally owned by the municipality of Vienna. It has always been important for the municipality of Vienna to support tenants because the more we think about municipal housing, the clearer it is that one of the pillars of this policy is the protection of the tenants. Knowing your rights is very important, because even if you have an excellent law, it won't be any good. If you have the best agreement, it won't be any good unless tenants know about it.
How can you support us? So, dear citizens of the EU, in this room, you do not get a coffee if you do not sign. No joke. So this is really important. We need so many signatures. We are a citizen initiative only. So please sign the initiative. Please talk to other people. Talk to your friends. Share it on Facebook, on Instagram, and so on. We are on every platform. We make a heck of an effort. And it is so important that we fight for social housing in Europe, so that we are solidarily putting things together, fight together. And about the initiative, this is about much more than just collecting signatures. It's about humanity, decency. It's about the future of Europe, and it's about a human right. And for this, we need to live solidarity. Thank you.
My message to you is that we need to create an agenda that transpire to policymakers, to politicians, that they understand not only the role of housing, but the role of different tenure in this variety of options that policies can provide for people to access adequate and affordable housing.
And the main mission behind those SDGs is that, yes, we want a clean, safe, and just world for everyone. And the motto behind that is to leave no one behind. And for me, that is an important message to once more re-emphasize, because leaving no one behind, that means also enshrining that housing right.
Every year, Berlin grows by 30,000 to 40,000 inhabitants, which has some influences on the rental market, of course. We have altogether 1.9 million apartments, of which 1.6 million are rental apartments. Berlin is a rental city. 85% of Berlin populations live in Berlin for rent. So even though there were some actions, it doesn't work. The rents keep on rising in Berlin. So now we have this new idea, the Mietendeckel, I say rent cap. And this is right now, it's a draft bill which is in discussion.
Some crucial results of the SUT campaign. Yeah, the political leaders and parties, they really had to clarify their position regarding market rents. That's for sure, which we hope made it easier for the voters to vote. And it was also a positive check for our movement. We are 540,000 members. We are the second largest movement in Sweden, and it was a check for us that our movement started to move.
No to the touristification of our cities. No to the financialization of public housing. No to the eviction. No to these all liberal methods, and have proved to be harmful.
In the beginning, I'm sure a lot of you thought about it as something that you do with your apartment a couple of weeks a year. And there's not much harm to that, I would say. The harm comes when you actually withdraw large parts of the housing sector from the people who want to live permanently in a city to tourists, right? Then you have a hotelification and a professionalization.
And then we have something we call the Plus program, that creates value for members. And here we have 500 benefits for members in total, and the biggest 25 is managed by this Plus program. And the Plus program missions is to contribute to long-term positive membership development by creating individual and financial benefits for members. And it's managed by a limited company with subsidiarity outside of the SUT. We have board members from the SUT, of course, officials and elected. And it's funded through kickback on the revenue created for participating companies. And there's no costs for the members of the SUT.
And the average financial benefit of the social housing agreement, the three factors, is about 70 years 70 euros a year for each of the tenants. The landlords, the social landlords, they invest about 40% of their investment budget in this program. So 60% is left for investment in new housing stock or renovation, that kind of investments.